President Sean Green. That's an easy one. I'm here. Okay.
Sean,
Yeah,
I
Renee.
started the recording.
You thank you, because my mind's all over the place. So thank you, Renee, for doing that. Everyone, if you haven't met Renee, Renee will be taking over for Ellie while she's gone. So she's the go-to super lady. She's the cheerleader. She is number one, and I couldn't have been so happy to have her with us in district board meeting last night. She was cheering me on and making me feel like I wasn't going to just fail on that. So back to the roll call here, though. For the advisor part, I'm going to substitute in Renee. So she is here. And present. Okay, so is Brennan here? First off, is Brennan here? Brennan is not here. Let's see if we can maybe I know there's been some issues. Request to join. See if that works. I'm just going to skip Brennan and move on. Is Senator Joe Ciardelli in the meeting? No? No? Okay. All right. Moving on. Senator Caitlin Klonsinski here.
Yes, I am here. Hello.
All right. There we go. Senator Andrea LaBella.
I am here.
Awesome. And Senator Jack Shockney.
I am here.
Awesome. Thank you. And Senator Mandy Streiff.
I'm here.
Awesome. Awesome. And then Senator Aleem Saeed will no longer be actually joining us for the Senate term. So I'm just making that clear. And I'm still wondering, is Enam here right now at all? Enam Saeed. Let's see if I can throw him in, because there are some questions that need to be requested to join. Moving on, Senator Charlie Trinkner is opted out. Senator Katrina Willis.
Present.
Hi, Katrina. And then moving down, Senator Mina Yildiz.
Present.
Awesome. And then Senator Eric Zebel.
Present.
Awesome. And nice to finally have you with us here, Eric. And then continuing moving down. We don't have Portage is vacant, Reedsburg vacant, Fort Atkinson vacant, Watertown, Senator Christian Martinez.
Present.
Awesome. And then Goodman South, Senator Ireland Virgil.
I'm here.
Awesome. Smiles around, everybody. We did it. We didn't need Ellie. We didn't need Ellie. We did it. We did it. So good job, everyone. Pat yourself on the back. Okay, so I already called the meeting to order. If you have all looked at that email that I sent out yesterday, I'm hoping everyone did, with the agenda for today. Let's take a glance over it if we haven't. We don't have minutes yet. We will not have minutes until we start getting, the team, the admin and finance, the communications coordinator positions established. So just refer to the video playback that you can see on our website if you need minutes clarification at any point. But I'm looking for, and I'm sorry. Senator Willis.
I move to approve the agenda.
Yeah, she's right on top of it. Okay, a motion's been made. Do we have a second? Looks like seconded by Senator Yildiz. All right. All those in favor, please use the hand raising feature now and keep your hands up. Awesome. And if this was a more debatable motion, I would have us do a nay and an abstain. But since I can obviously see, because my technology is working today, that everybody basically just put their hands up for the A, I'm going to say it has passed. The agenda has passed for this evening, and we can continue to move down the list. So next on the agenda. Oh man. Give me 1 second. Okay. Public comments. We do not have any public comments. Officer and committee reports. Executive council report. President Green. I don't have an executive council, and I really need one. And hopefully I will have a whole, if not half, or a partial tonight. So let's hope for the best. That's my report. Admin and Finance Committee, that is currently vacant. Legislative and Rules Committee, that is vacant. Team Development Committee, that is also vacant. Public Relations Committee, that is vacant. And then moving down, Advisory Report. Renee, did you have anything that you would like to add in the advisory report?
Yes, I just had a couple of things. Hopefully everyone has heard from Brenda about doing your onboarding so that we can make sure that you're getting your stipend. The last email that I received from Ellie was that I still needed Jack and Christian's application form to forward on to Brenda to get you on payroll. So if that's incorrect, or just email me and let me know, or if you need another copy of the form, just let me know that as well. And just a reminder that Sean also sent the flyer out for the DACA event that is being sponsored by our legal clinic. And I know in reading the information that Ellie left for me, she was hoping that all or some of you would be able to attend the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion training sponsored by NACA, the National Association for Campus Activities. That is June 28th through the 30th. It is virtual. And I'm going to put a copy of the schedule in chat so that you can look at it and see the kinds of topics and workshops that will be scheduled. At the next meeting, I'll need confirmation on who can attend. There is a cost, and so I think what we've usually done is you'll need to be able to attend at least 50% of the sessions and do a reflection on what you learned and how it could impact Senate or the student body as a whole, if I'm not mistaken. Sean, feel free to correct me.
Yeah, the reflection more or less is after the event, we have a meeting for everyone who attended, and then we kind of just discuss the things that we learned and kind of to your point, Renee, how can we maybe use some of these things positively in promoting our initiatives and Senate as an organization in general. So yeah. So.
And that concludes my report.
Awesome. Thank you, Renee. And yeah, so moving down, Student Activities Board, that is vacant, but I do believe that we do have something slowly coming up on the books, Renee, slowly but surely. All right, and then Racial Equity Committee, Senator Yildiz, do you have anything for us?
The last thing I've done was write the complete report from last semester, and I I did send that to you, and that got distributed. So that is that's the latest update, and that ends my report. Thank you.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, moving down, Student Engagement and Outreach Committee, vacant. Textbook Affordability Committee, vacant. Public Safety Committee, Senator Willis, do you have anything for us?
No report.
All right, awesome, thank you. Moving down to the regional and metro campus reports, Reedsburg is currently vacant. Watertown, Senator Martinez, do you have any report for us? I know it says you might not, and that's okay if you don't. I'm just trying to get everyone who is regional or a metro senator kind of in the habit of, knowing that they're going to have a report at some point. But if you've got a report, we'd love to hear it.
No report at this time.
Bingo. Thanks, man. Okay, then moving down to Portage is vacant. Fort Atkinson is vacant. Goodman South, Senator Virgil, do you have a report for us?
I do not have a report at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then next, College Assembly and Council reports. College Assembly, Senator Ciardelli, do you have a report for us?
Hey everyone, no report. Next meeting is on the 9th, next Wednesday. So I'll have something for you next week.
Awesome. Thank you. And Academic Council, Senator Yildiz, do you have a report for us?
Yep. So what came up in discussion, there is a book club that we have called Grading for Equity, and the discussion about it was slowly getting off track of our project, which is the Credit No Credit, which was the project currently at hand. However, that there is an interest in possibly having an education spotlight type discussion related to these grading ideas in the future. So that will be something that will be worked on and elaborated on in the future. We also are working to effectively transition and welcome new members to the council and then speed them up on the current issues. The members will begin attending in June, and our next and last meeting is sometime this month. I can't tell you the exact date. It is on my calendar though. And I will be giving a speech about how Academic Council has helped me and Student Senate, and then everyone will be giving their input. So that ends my report. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Senator Yildiz. All right, moving down, Diversity and Community Relations Council, that is vacant. Facilities Planning and Investment Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us?
Technically, no. We did try to meet yesterday. We didn't have quorum, so they ended the meeting. And instead, we're going to continue to work on the survey. And I also attended a webinar today about some of the changes higher education has had to adapt to due to COVID. And like I said, we're going to be working independently in order to try to submit, get our work done. And we're going to meet again in 2 weeks. So I have a more detailed report in 2 weeks.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Senator Willis. And then moving down, Finance Council is vacant. Information Technology Council, Senator Zebel, do you have a report for us?
Our last meeting was canceled, and we are still working on looking over policies. Not policies, but the main policy. We all have pages that we're rereading, so we're doing that still. And other than that, no report.
All right, thank you, Senator Zebel. Institutional Effectiveness Council is vacant. Professional Development Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us?
No report. We meet next Monday on the 7th.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Senator Willis. And then Student Affairs Council is also vacant. Now, moving down to old business items. Okay, so everyone knew, I talked about this last. I think everybody was almost at the last meeting, the last GA a couple weeks ago. But I think it was at least talked about in all of the one-on-one meetings that I had, that me and Advisor Rome had with each of you, that the VP nominations window was open. It was open because I'm trying to get that executive council team put together so we can start appointing people and getting things going. So that at the last GA meeting, we had one nomination, and that was Senator Streiff. Senator Streiff. For the VP of Admin and Finance at the time. She accepted that nomination. I am now going to continue to open the door right now and say if there are any other nominations, to please, nominate away and, do your thing.
I nominate Senator LaBella for Legislative and Affairs.
All right. And Senator LaBella, do you accept that nomination for Legislative Affairs?
Yes, I accept.
All right. Anything else?
I would like to nominate Senator Yildiz, Mina, for the Vice President of Team Development position.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
accept.
She accepts. There we go. Okay, so that we got 3 out of the 4 knocked out so far, so that's seeming pretty good. We're not through yet, though, everybody. So, do we have any other nominations, though, that we'd like to do? I put 10 minutes on this, so either I have really bad time management, or I just, who knew what was going on in my head. So, anyone else have anything else they want to nominate? Because we can just move on. Otherwise, no. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Well, that position will still stay open. It's not like it's going anywhere. So if anyone ever changes their mind, I do believe that there will not be the same. I believe you will submit an officer application following here on out instead of once the nomination window closes. There's 2 options to this. You can either extend the nomination window itself, which a motion would have to be made and carried, and that would extend it. Usually in the past it's been an additional couple weeks till the next GA meeting. That's one option. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you all think is best, because like I said, the second part to this is from here on out, you will just be filling out a officer appointment form saying I have interest in being an officer for this position at this point. VP Senator Willis.
You can't help but trying to let people know you want me to be a VP, but I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
I love you for that, Sean. What I would do is call the question. Can we go ahead and vote on the 3 executive officer team members if no one else has an interest in it now? Or do we have to wait the time period in order for the other 2 so we can do them all at the same time? That way we can try to expedite getting your team started and getting your work done. And then maybe we can strong arm somebody else to be the 4th person. Just a suggestion.
No, this is the part of the beginning of the term that I always find a little bit more confusing and frustrating, because that 1 week gap period always seems to just be really weird and funky. We're foregoing that. We want to get this team going and started. So these the votes will be happening today. I just have to create the polls. I have everything typed out. I just have to add the type and hope that it works when I do it. And everyone has to do their little spiel as to why they think they'd be good in this position. So if there were no other nominations, though, I'm going to move on and conclude old business items and then go down to new business items, which is VP elections. Does that sound good with everyone? Cool. All right. Moving down, new business items, VP elections, and that's why I put 15 minutes on the clock. I thought a little extra 5 minutes would actually may not be a bad thing. So I will say let's just start off with the first person who did get nominated. We will have Mandy. She will have 5 minutes to explain why she would be a perfect fit for the role of VP of Admin and Finance, what experiences, what not she brings to the table that make her stick out as being the one for the job. And then after that 5 minutes, is concluded, then it's our chance to ask questions. And so let's just say, though, quickly before I start this, Senator LaBella, that you do become legislative affairs. You do the VP of legislative affairs. You would be keeping time. That would be one of your responsibilities, and so we're just gonna, get everyone kind of in the shape of things. All right. So let's put. Are you ready, Mandy? Okay. So 4:52, 5 minutes on the clock, and we good to go. Senator LaBella? All right. All right, you're all set.
I don't think I'll take up the full 5 minutes, but I think I would be a good fit for the position, as I've kind of represented groups before. Whether there'll be people that are judgy about this or not. I was in NA, and my husband and I were both actually asked to represent our NA group at functions such as up at resorts, and that to be the face of the group, speak for the group, represent the group, and take the group's best interests at hand and take care of things for them. I would love to stand up for you guys. I feel like I'm an enthusiastic person. I like to get stuff done. I've been checking on the virtual office, like, hello, anybody, trying to just kind of create a group atmosphere. And I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you. I enjoy doing this kind of thing, and I think I'd be a real asset to that position, and hope that we have a wonderful coming term. I mean, I think with the group we have, it's going to be awesome. So I guess that'd be why I would ask for your vote, just because I see this whole team doing really well. So with that, I would appreciate everyone's nomination. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. Sorry, guys, I'm short and sweet here.
All right, okie dokie. That concludes what you have to say, correct? I just want to make sure I'm getting that. All right, awesome. So you can reset the clock on that, Senator LaBella. Now we're going to do 5 minutes of question Q&A. Obviously, anything that's appropriate is fair game. We want to make sure we have the right person for the right job. I see that Senator Willis had her hand raised first. So Senator Willis, take it away.
What is your experience with working on budgets?
Sorry, I was trying to unmute. So my husband and I actually ran our own business. I did the billing, the invoicing, et cetera, et cetera. He was the workforce part, and I was the one at home doing bids, et cetera. So obviously for materials versus worked hours and things like that, you really have to, and writing bids, you have to do a lot within a certain budget. You have to do it within the bid that you make. So I'm very good at sticking to budget or creating.
All right, and then next question I see. I saw a hand. I thought I saw a hand raised by Senator LaBella. If you did have a question, you can ask it, because then I saw Senator Zebel had his hand up after that. But if you did not have a question, then I'll just move it along. Oh, okay, gotcha. So, Senator Zebel, your question.
Oh yes. So you mentioned you were you're good at representing, I guess, out there. Yeah, and you said admin and finance isn't really representing anything; is more of PR would be representing something. So would that be a consideration on that end of being a VP of public relations instead of admin and finance? I don't want to stray you away from that, but you also mentioned on that tab. So I was just wondering what your input on that was.
definitely a good point. So when I don't know the people, where it would be like a PR situation, like standing up, I guess, like once I get to know our little group, I can, you know what I mean, like take feedback on you guys' stuff. But I would say that I'm better with the numbers and the budgets and things like that because of my past experience in doing all the billing. If it wasn't like a, you know, PR issue where I'd be addressing who knows who, then I would feel I'd be a better fit for that. But certainly not with my personality, I guess, if that makes sense.
All right. All right. Senator Willis, you had another question?
Yes. What is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness?
I'd say my greatest strength is, oh man, time management, I think, is my greatest strength. So meeting deadlines and things like that. My greatest weakness, oh man, I don't know, that I'm a little bit kind of shy. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm feeling like pretty positive. I think I have a lot of good things, as do most people, I guess. But yeah, I guess, like I said, my personality and being like, oh my God, I don't know you, a little bit shy, kind of. But I feel like I'm quite strong at time management and getting things done when they need to be done.
All
Okay.
right.
Excuse me, Sean. Can I ask a follow-up question because I didn't get a weakness from her?
Yeah, you can add. Can you hear me right now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can ask the follow-up question.
Okay. So my follow-up question is, and this was more a job interview type question versus me actually trying to assassinate your character. So don't worry about it. Then I would say, what is one thing that you feel that you want to learn in your role as vice president? Because one of the things, the reason I asked you about budget is because you may have to participate in writing a 3-year budget. The reason why I asked you that. So I wasn't trying to make you feel bad in any way. As a matter of fact, remember, I'm supporting you, so I got your back. But I just wanted to, at least, you know, while we're all getting to know each other, just try to find out. Thank you.
So the experience that I'm looking for, I guess, is definitely a different kind of like grouping, or like how we do these meetings and the format that we do them. I ultimately want to go into law. So I think different aspects, you know, with the budgeting, I just figured I understood that part the best, as writing the bids and things like that. But being in Senate, my whole reason for going for Senate in the first place, I don't know, it reminds me somehow within the law category. If that makes sense to anybody, I hope it does. It just looks that way. And yeah, I've already I was looking over the 3-year plan already, like just trying to find different things with it. So definitely been there, done that for a couple days. But like I said, I just hope that I'd be the right fit, being that I did all the budget stuff before. I guess that's not really your question, but I think it pertains to law a bit.
All right, and I thought we had one last question before we run out of time here. Senator Zebel, your last question?
Yeah, real quick. So it might take a lot of dedication and time. Are you ready to put that time and effort into that position? That's kind of what we need here.
Oh, I'm absolutely ready. I'm up for the challenge.
Oh,
Perfect. I'm glad to hear that.
okay, awesome. All right, then that concludes. I'm gonna move my screen right over here. That concludes the question and answers. I am just putting the poll together right now. And keep responses anonymous. And let's hope to goodness gracious that this works. And that I did you have something additional? I saw that your hand was up, Senator Willis. I didn't know if it was just up by mistake or if that you had something you were adding.
No, we're
Okay.
fine.
Okay. All right. So, if this works correctly, everybody should see a poll pop up in front of you that just says, Amanda Streiff for Vice President of Administration and Finance, and then you have your 3 options: A, nay, or abstain. Okay, and then you vote, and then you should not see anything other than that. They should all go to me, so that I can then announce if it was a pass. All right. Let's hope that doesn't screw up. Okay. So let's hit save, and then we will hit Send. Does anyone see the results of the vote so far? Do you seriously see that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. All right, well, first of all, congratulations, Mandy, for being VP of
I
Admin
never
and
got to
Finance.
vote.
Oh, you didn't get a chance to vote yet?
No. All I got was the results are being shared, but I never got the poll itself.
Yo, am I drawing on this with you? What the fuck?
I don't know why we're drawing on anything right now, though.
Hey, I didn't know I could do it, man, too.
Why are we doing this right now?
Just on the screen, I don't know.
Okay, what do you mean? Okay, I'm trying to get some understanding of why we have the coloring board out right now when we're trying to be making a vote on an officer position. It's kind of an important thing, and this doesn't really seem productive with having a coloring board out. So
Katrina, it looks like you might be sharing your screen.
is that it?
Your name is on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you for clarification on that, Renee. Okay, so that's probably why. Okay, well, you have been elected into the position. We're gonna do a redo, and I'm gonna try to change something so that these don't show up for everybody next time. All right? Because I did hit and make this anonymous. So next up, we have Andrea LaBella for legislative rules, VP of Legislative Rules. Mandy, or I should say VP Streiff. Could you put 5 minutes on the clock and so that she could give her explanation and reasoning as why she would be a good fit for this position?
Yep, give me just 1 second. And go.
All right, thank you. I'm probably also not going to take 5 minutes. My goal as the VP of Legislation Affairs would be to learn as much about this Student Senate organization as I can. I want to assist the returning senators with enforcing the proper procedures and to help guide new senators to better understand this uncharted territory of parliamentary procedure and how that all works. I will represent our student senate with poise and dignity as the voting representative at the Wisconsin Student Government meetings. I'm very passionate about professionalism and better understanding the parliamentarian procedure myself. I want to help the Student Senate reach all of its goals for this coming year in this position to the best of my ability.
All right. You concluded with your portion of speaking right there. All right, awesome. So do we have any questions for Senator LaBella? And yeah, Senator Martinez, question.
What makes you think that you will be great for this position?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. It sounded like you're a little muffled.
What makes you think that you'll be a great choice for this position?
So to say I have experience in anything legislative, I don't, unfortunately. I have worked with city government in previous jobs, not for, but with. So I am a little bit familiar with, let's say, red tape and how things are supposed to happen. A big part of this role for me is using my communication and professional skills to expand my knowledge in this area and do the best for this group that I can with that new acquired knowledge.
Awesome. Senator Willis, you have a question?
Yes. What are you going to do? What are your plans to get up to speed with Harley Pro? Because you're going to be needed to actually keep the meetings in order. President Green's going to need you to be able to help when somebody's out of order, be able to get them in order. So what are your plans as far as trying to get up to speed with that over the summer?
Yeah, so my plans to get up to speed for it is studying this wonderful binder that was provided to us with all the laws and bylaws of the Senate. That has been a big goal of mine. I have been studying this thing, taking my own notes to try and remember parts of the procedure myself. When it comes to keeping order, I have held managerial positions in the past. One of those for majority of my employees were teenagers. So I do have a lot of experience keeping order, I would say.
Awesome.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
What how well versed are you in parliamentary procedures? Because that's what you're going to need to keep order in our meetings.
Exactly. So that is part of what I am going to have to learn more carefully. I think I have a pretty good understanding from it of our materials that have been provided. I do know that there is a seminar of sorts about student government and how it works that is coming up that President Green and Advisor Rome, we had talked about it, and I was interested in going to that so that I could learn more about that this summer, especially before fall term begins and things get a lot more busy. I'm going to use this summer to really study up and learn about this stuff.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other questions for Senator LaBella? No? All right. Well, then it looks like you can go straight for the vote here. And I realized that essentially everything was still being anonymous with the votes because no one knew who was voting at all. So I think that's what Advisor Rome meant. It wasn't all supposed to just go directly at me. So we're good on that. And then that means that I can then hit save on that and then send on that. All right, I think that was probably looking for one more vote. Who has yet to vote? All right, well, we'll figure.
Unfortunately, I still don't see the poll until the results actually show up.
Katrina,
Okay.
you're sharing a whiteboard. I don't know if it's behind the whiteboard. Like we can see your screen, that's a whiteboard.
Yeah.
It's still up?
That's.
Yeah.
I don't know how to have. I don't know how to make it.
How to make it stop?
To make the whiteboard go away either.
If you could just stop sharing your screen, it should work.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great idea because I could probably then just do. I could probably just do that. There's me sharing my screen, right? Everyone can see that. And then if I stop sharing my screen, stop presenting, boom. Now it stopped. All right. So, you have congratulations. You are VP LaBella. You are the new Vice President of Legislative Affairs. Hooray! 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 All right.
Yay!
Now moving down, last but certainly not least, to Senator Yildiz. VP LaBella, if you could put 5 minutes on the clock again. Excuse me, and then whenever you're ready, Senator Yildiz, if you would like to kind of give us a summary or an explanation as to why you think you'd be a great fit for this position and what skills, et cetera, that you bring to the table to make you a great fit.
Okay. The reason why I was really interested in community development is because throughout my entire life, I've always been a people person, I believe. And I really do love communicating and especially collaborating with each other and with others. They could be total strangers, but I'm especially involved with people who I do know. So if I'm going to be part of community development, I have already met with all of you and I plan on getting to know everyone better so then I can create more activities, I can create more forums and have everyone more connected. I think the whole point of School Senate is so we could share our ideas and collaborate as we are a family, we are a group, and we all are doing our own separate things. We're all learning our own separate things. And I feel like that's amazing and I feel that's great, but I do think that we can be stronger together the more that we collaborate with one another and the more we understand of one another. So I want to be able to institute that. I've also worked with former Vice President Moreno, and she co-chaired with me on the Racial Equity Committee, and we have talked a lot about community development. So I did learn quite a bit from her as well, and I've definitely learned by example. So I do feel like I have some experience in terms of viewing other people do it themselves, and now I feel like I'm ready to take on a VP position and make time in my schedule and be passionate about it. I've always loved this line of work, and in the past with my other jobs, I've always worked with community-based learning. And this summer, I am doing an internship with the City of Madison, where I'll be collaborating and working with the City of Madison and other peers in order to create a community center in another community center in Madison. So I will have extra experience this summer, and I believe that will help me greatly with community development here. So I'm glad that I had past experience and I see future experience and I see this as an experience. And I'm very excited if I get the position. So thank you everyone for listening.
All right. And that concludes your speaking portion right there, Senator Yildiz. All right, awesome. Then do we have any questions for Senator Yildiz? It looks like Senator Willis, question? Can everyone hear me? Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Senator Willis, you have a question?
Yes. So, what are your plans for some potential activities for team development?
I've actually discussed this a little bit with President Green. I wanted to build on the idea of passions. I know I use the word passion a lot, but I really believe that defines who I am. So I do want everyone to share an interest or a passion or whatever they feel like they can build on. And I want to build activities around those passions. And I want people to develop on their skills. But I feel like skills are an important part, but if you choose your interest, you can bring the skills and then create that into a cumulative growth. And so I feel that if that would be a good starting activity, and then that way we can all get to know each other better, and that can also give me a better grasp on future activities that could happen in the future. Thank you for asking.
And then Senator Virgil, your question?
Yeah. How do you think you'll be able to keep us as a whole Senate motivated despite conflicts and obstacles?
Yes, okay. So I have dealt with a lot of conflicts in workplaces and families, everywhere. And I've always taken it upon myself to be able to be a median and be able to help de-escalate things firstly, and then be able to get everyone on the same page and validate other people's emotions no matter what, and be able to find that common ground. And so that way, that even if we do have polar opposite opinions and it's a huge thing, we can all understand each other without letting it, devour each other. And I will be able to make sure that conflict doesn't arise, but if it does, then I will take the responsibility in making sure that we can settle it professionally, politely, and happily, I guess. I believe there was a second part of that question. Was there a second part of that question?
Nope, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Senator Yildiz? Nope. All right, then we'll go straight to the voting aspect of this. So, same as before. I'm gonna hit save and then send. Oh, well, there we go. All right. Congratulations, VP Yildiz. You guys are throwing me for tongue twisters left and right here. And congratulations to all of the newly elected VPs. I will be quite honest with you. I'm not sure if I don't think there was any oath that has to be done. I'm pretty gosh darn sure of it. And 'cause nothing was talked about doing that, so we're not doing one. So I'm just making that clear. You already did the oath. You are all the VPs. And anyone who is interested in the VP of Public Relations, let me make this clear. Every one of these vice president positions is very important within itself. You will have very strenuous, very very important tasks in each specific category. So though one may look like it may not be like it could be that difficult, everyone is in its own way. Public relations has its own specific area, as we are trying to move forward with a branding and a marketing campaign that helps push student outreach and engagement. That's going to be one of our biggest pushes. I actually just last night did not sleep at all so that I could get certified in digital marketing, the Google's digital marketing certification. And I think that anyone who is interested in being on PR should take that digital marketing certification. It's free, but it's a forever certification, and it's actually pretty good for your resume too. But it helps you understand things that I've been trying to push along for this last year that just haven't happened, and now maybe we can get that going. So as you guys are kind of seeing here by me talking about this, there's a lot of different areas where we are trying to open up a bigger picture here and a bigger expansion from where we were last year. All right, so if you're interested in that PR position, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to Renee, to any of the other VPs. And then there is also that communications coordinator position. That is not an officer position. That is an addition to you being a senator, but essentially you are in charge of the Senate social media. I mean, I've been running the website this entire time myself. It's not my job, to be quite honest with you. I got tons of other stuff I gotta do, but
Hey,
it's
I've helped
supposed to
with
be
that. I'm gonna
worked
put my
with.
word.
Yeah, come on, come on, come on. But you understand that that is supposed to be worked with public relations and with the communications coordinator are supposed to be working together to be able to make sure that the message is one clear, concise message being sent out to the student body. Well, we haven't had that fully implemented yet. We've had ups and downs. That's an additional stipend though amount though. It's not as high as the amount of a officer position, but it is an additional amount on top of being a senator as it is. So if you're interested in that as well, reach out to us. We want to make sure we're getting everything filled and getting all those opportunities that if somebody is interested in an opportunity, we want to get them that opportunity. Did Senator VP Yildiz, did you have a question? I saw your hand up.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Um,
I was interested in the marketing certification that you got. Although I'm not gonna, be the PR VP president, vice president. I am still interested in taking that certification. I was wondering if you could possibly send me
Oh yes,
information.
I will send everyone it because
All
it
right, thank
it
you.
really, again, regardless if it's a PR thing or not, it's a outreach and engagement and outreach thing. I mean, there are bits of that of there. It's 26 little tiny modules. It took me pretty much all night, but it has bits of and pieces of stuff that you can use for everything that you're doing in Senate. And I would encourage everyone, but especially people who are in PR, to utilize it. But I will send it out after the GA is done with. Yeah. Um, so does everyone kind of get the gist of what I just said about the remaining positions, VP of PR and the communications coordinator? Please reach out if you're interested in still being wanting to be a part of that. We want you to be a part of that if you want to. We want we've got 3/4 of the team right now. That's a big step, but we're not a full team, an E team, as I like to call it, till we get that last one. So, just think about, reach out if you're interested. And now we're going to move on and conclude, if there are no other questions, with the new business. And any questions? Any other questions? We good? We all great? Gravy? Cool. All right. So we now have no non-business. Yes, Senator Willis?
Sorry, that was an accident.
No problem. No problem. All right. So we have no non-business housekeeping items. We have nothing. We have none. Then moving on, announcements. I hope everyone's doing the Blackboard training courses. I hope everyone got the second one done for this upcoming meeting that was tonight. All right. So that you can tomorrow, Friday, the third lesson module of the Senate Blackboard training will unlock, and you will have 2 weeks to get it done before that next GA starts. All right. So everyone gets the process of how we're getting these done and implementing them and slowly dropping them, because it's all relevant to what we're trying to teach. And it's all going to work in and tie in with each other when we have things like interest-based problem solving is something that we're going to be having training on for a couple of, well, I think it's only going to happen for one GA instead of two actually now, but and then also the diversity training, diversity, equity, inclusion. It's I call it by a lot of different names, but it's training, and all these trainings are so relevant. All right, and so that being said, please do the lessons if you haven't gotten them all done yet. Let's make sure we're getting caught up with them. VPs, you can expect to be hearing from me. So that's a separate meeting with you. I very much would like Renee if you would be a part of that. I just thought as Ellie would be, I think you should be as well if you can. And I'm going to, once we meet with all three of the VPs so far, boom, we're gonna start making the E-team meetings, all right? And finding a day that finding a 1 hour time in everyone's week that works, so we can have an ET meeting every other week for the summer, okay? So that's the plan. Senator Yildiz, VP Yildiz.
Sorry, this is just my last question. I wanted some clarification on the Blackboard training on whether, if let's say that someone misses the deadline, would that lock, like, would that not be accessible anymore?
I will be honest with you. I know I don't think it will be. I'm not 100% sure. Renee might have more. I know I'm able to view it as a student instructor. I know that you're able to view it as an instructor.
Yeah, I think Ellie designed it so that you can go back and look at all the pieces that'll always be there in case that's helpful resource.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, thank you. That helps.
Cool. All right. So that's all the announcements I have. Does anyone else have any announcements that they would like to share? Otherwise, I will say it's 5:27. We have had another great, successful meeting, right? I mean, come on, guys. I want to see smiles on everyone's faces. Successful meeting. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn, basically. All right, Senator Yildiz, is that? Yeah, now it's all popping up. I saw VP Yildiz. Is that a motion to adjourn the meeting? All right, a motion's been made to adjourn this meeting, everybody. Oh man, I'm gonna have to give it to Senator Martinez right now. Is that a second? Are you seconding that motion? All right, motion's been seconded. All those in favor, please use the hand raising feature now and keep your hands up. All right, yeah, we're good. Meeting's adjourned at 5:28 p.m. on Thursday, June 3rd, and it is 85 degrees out in Stoughton right now, mostly sunny. So, all right, cool. I will see everyone later.